Okay, we were here. Let us see the next point from the central light of the subject. So this fluid mechanics, the introduction to fluid mechanics, it can be broadly classified in three categories, 3 to 4 categories. And that is, one is the fluid static, okay, then fluid dynamics and fluid kinematics. So in these three forms, we can classify overall fluid mechanics subject. So what is fluid static? So all these things you are going to learn after the few slides also. But in general, I am going to tell you the basic difference or the idea about these terms. Fluid static is nothing but it is the study of the fluids and the forces acting on the fluid at rest condition. Okay, means fluid will be in rest condition, and there we do the study of the fluid and the effects of the forces acting on the fluid. So that is nothing but fluid statics. Then there are two other terms. One is called as the dynamics and one is called as the kinematics. So in both these terms, the fluid will be in motion. Okay. In dynamics, also in kinematics, the fluid will be in motion. But in dynamics, specifically, the forces are considered. The force or the energies which are responsible for the motion of the fluid, that are considered in the fluid dynamics. And in fluid kinematics, fluid is in motion, but there we do not consider the forces or the energies which are responsible for the fluid motion. Okay, there we consider the other characteristics of the motion like velocity, acceleration, then flow net, vorticity, all these other properties we do study here, but not about the forces. Okay, so this is a just overview about this different terms. So that things we are going to learn in this subject. You are going to learn what is fluid static, you are going to learn what is fluid dynamics, and you are going to learn what is fluid kinematics. Okay, here in this subject you are going to learn the various concepts of the fluid mechanics like fluid properties. What are the various properties of the fluids? Then what is fluid statics? What is fluid kinematics, dynamics? Then flow through the pipes and boundary layer theory. These are the different main points, or you can say these are the name of the units in this fluid mechanics subject, introduction to fluid mechanics subject. That things you are going to learn in this particular subject. So this is the central idea about this subject. Now let us understand the importance of this subject or this course, that is introduction to fluid mechanics. Why this subject has been introduced or has been taken in civil engineering, or what is the importance of this subject from engineering perspective, so that we should understand why it has been introduced, what is the application, what are the uses of this subject from the civil engineering point of view, that we will understand, that we will know. Okay, so let us see here. So fluid mechanics is the branch of classical physics with applications of great importance. So where are the applications? In the hydraulic and aeronautical engineering. Okay, in hydraulic means in any system in which the liquid fluid is considered or is used, so that is called as the hydraulic. For example, you might have seen the JCB, working JCB. In technical word, we call it as a backhoe loader. Okay, so JCB, there we use the different types of oils, and with the help of pressure that works. So that is one example of the hydraulic machine. Okay, then in our bike we have the hydraulic brake. Okay, पुढचं जे आपलं ब्रेक असतं, okay, disc brake, it works on the property of the, it works on the principle of Pascal's law, and it is an one hydraulic system. Okay, so it has the different application in hydraulic. In aeronautical engineering, so this fluid mechanics, it deals with the liquids and gases, and in aeronautical engineering means study of the planes, aeroplanes. So there we have to do the study of the different types of gases, airs, and the different forces which will have the impact or effect on that aeroplane or the any aerodynamic machine. Okay, so that is one application, or we can say importance of this subject. Then in chemical engineering, so you know that most of the chemicals are in liquid form, and all types of liquids are nothing but these are the fluids. So whenever there is a liquid, you must know the fundamentals of the fluid mechanics. Unless and until you know the fundamentals of the fluid mechanics, you are going to face the problems when you are going to deal with any kind of this fluids, like it may be different types of chemicals. So in chemical industry or in chemical engineering branch also, they should learn this subject fluid mechanics. Okay, they should know the concept or the properties of the fluid. Okay, whenever any chemical factory is going to get established, so there they have to do the application. They have to take the use of this fluid mechanics subject for designing of the different types of the tanks, for the designing of the pipe network. वेगळं पाईप नेटवर्क आपल्याला त्या ठिकाणी लागेल. त्याचं डिझाईन करण्यासाठी they should take the help. They have to take the help of the subject fluid mechanics. Again, this subject fluid mechanics, it has the application, wide applications in this civil engineering. So on the next slide, we are going to see what are the various applications of this fluid mechanics in civil engineering. Then in mechanical engineering also, it has a lot of applications. Like just we have seen here, hydraulic. There are different types of hydraulic systems which have been used in the mechanical engineering, and all these hydraulic systems that work on one or two different types of liquids, oils. Okay, and there whenever any oil is coming there or any liquid is there, then there must be the application of the fundamentals of this fluid mechanics subject. And then meteorology. So again, it is a branch of mechanical engineering. So there are n number of applications or uses of this subject in different fields of engineering, like civil engineering, mechanical engineering, then chemical engineering, aeronautical engineering, right? So it is a very important subject from this perspective. What are the wide applications of this subject fluid mechanics in civil engineering? So the knowledge of the fluid mechanics, it is used in water resources engineering, then water supply engineering, then wastewater engineering. So these are the sub branches of civil engineering. Okay, you might have learned in the subject basic civil engineering in first year. You have studied the subject basic civil engineering. In that subject, in the unit number 1, in the first unit itself, you have studied what are the different sub branches of civil engineering, right? So what are the sub branches? Can anyone tell? The session should be interactive. Yes. See here, I am going to ask you the questions in between, so that this session should be interactive. Okay, if only I am only the dictator here, I am teaching here, and just you are listening, it will become monotonous. You will become bored. Okay, so rather it will be better to have interactive session. Means there should be a participation from your side also. I will be asking the questions in between. Not much difficult questions, general questions I am going to ask you. Okay, and if you know the answers, you can unmute yourself and you can tell the answer to that questions. And one more thing you have to keep in mind, let your answer be wrong. Okay, you should not bother about that, but you should try. Okay, तुमचं उत्तर जरी चुकीचं असलं तरी किंवा तुमच्याकडे कॉन्फिडन्स नसेल आपलं उत्तर बरोबर आहे का चुकीचं आहे, so need not to worry about that. Let your answer be wrong. Here we are not going to judge anyone. एक आपली oral examination nahi hai. This is our lecture, this is our class, and in classroom you have the freedom to give the wrong answers also. Okay, but we have to try, we have to speak. That is the only criteria. You have to participate. There should be a participative session, interactive session. Then only you will not get bored, and the concept will be become more clear when you take the participation in that. Okay, so that is the motto behind that. Yes, if anyone want to tell the answer,
Sir, please
can.
repeat the question.
So here the question is, what are the various sub branches of civil engineering? Just like we have the in engineering, we have the different branches like mechanical engineering, civil engineering, computer science and engineering, then electronics and telecommunication engineering. These are the branches of engineering. Similarly, every engineering branch, it has different sub branches. In basic civil engineering, you have learned various sub branches of civil engineering, right? So here my question is, what are the sub branches of engineering?
Can I, sir?
Yes,
Environmental engineering.
okay, Reshma, environmental engineering.
Water resources engineering, transportation engineering,
Correct.
Geotechnical engineering.
geotechnical engineering, transportation engineering,
Good.
Structural engineering.
Structural engineering is also there.
Surveying.
Surveying is also there, right?
water resources engineering,
Correct.
hydraulic
Architecture.
engineering, construction engineering, earthquake engineering.
Earthquake engineering, correct. Yes, so all of you know that you have studied this, and as all of you are from the civil engineering branch, so you might have studied this subject in deep. Okay, in depth you might have studied this subject, and with interest you have studied this subject. That's why you are able to tell the answers to this question. Okay, so here apart from all the branches of engineering, these branches which have you can see on this slide, that is water resources engineering, then water supply engineering, and wastewater engineering. These are the three sub branches of engineering. Out of that, water supply and wastewater, it come under the environmental engineering. Okay, water supply engineering is sometimes it is also called as the subject environmental engineering 1. Okay, in earlier curriculum, the subject name was environmental engineering 1, where you were studying this subject water supply engineering. But in current semester, current syllabus curriculum, this subject has been named as water supply engineering. Then another subject is there, wastewater engineering. Okay, or in earlier it was called as what environmental engineering 2nd. So in these subjects, while studying this subject, you must have the knowledge of fluid mechanics. Okay, because all these three subjects you are going to deal with the liquid, that is water. Okay, in civil engineering, water is a very important matter. Okay, it is very important because if you see there, out of the different branches, these three particular branches, they are based completely or totally on water. Okay, in water resources engineering, you are going to deal with the precipitation, how rainfall takes place. You are going to see the water cycle. In that water cycle, precipitation, then evaporation, transpiration, percolation, collection of the water, runoff, all these things you are going to learn in water resources engineering. Then collection, storage of water, that is dams, construction of the dams, all these things. In water supply engineering, here you are going to learn about, after storing the water, how that water is taken from the sources like dam, open well, or from the lakes, and then how it is transported to the water treatment plant. Then what are the various types of treatment processes that we do on the water, and then how that water is transported or supplied to the city or at the different homes, that you are going to learn in the water supply engineering, right? After using the water, that water become waste. Okay, in the form of wastewater in our kitchen, wastewater from the toilet, from bathrooms, wastewater from the uh, hotels, from the hospitals, urinals, or any public places. Okay, all this wastewater that needs to be transported from the city to the natural, what we can say, natural stream. Okay, like river, small nala. Okay, ओढ्यामध्ये किंवा नदीमध्ये आपण ते वेस्ट वॉटर आपल्याला सोडायचं असतं. So to transport that wastewater, we need to design and place the sewerage system, okay, to transportation of the wastewater. So if you see there, all these things require the infrastructure, okay, and the construction of the infrastructure for all these needs is the work of civil engineer. Okay, so that's why all these branches are there in our civil engineering course branch. Okay, and whenever you are going to design any kind of structure, you must know the basic fundamentals of the fluid mechanics. Unless and until you know the fundamentals of the fluid mechanics, you cannot design any pipe network, you cannot design any transportation system like canals or any water pipeline, you cannot design the sewerage system, okay, wastewater carrying system. So for that purpose, it is very essential to study this subject, that is introduction to fluid mechanics. Okay, now let us see, understand somewhat in depth what are the applications of the this fluid mechanics in water resources engineering, then in environmental engineering. Okay, first we will see the application of this fluid mechanics in water resources engineering. So these are the different use or the applications of the fluid mechanics. In general, it has been written here. More than that might be there, but the main applications of the fluid mechanics has been written here. You can see it one by one. The first of all, to determine the discharge flowing through the canals. Everyone knows about the canals. Canals are used for carrying water from. Yes, can anyone tell me? So instead of I say here, these are the general questions to which you can give the answers. What purpose canals are constructed? And what is how water is transported, from where to where this water is transported? So in canals, we have the different types of canals. In particularly, I am asking you about the irrigation canals. Okay, irrigation canal means the canals which are used for supplying water to the agricultural land. So that canals are called as the irrigation canal. Okay, so from where we take the water and where we supply? Sanket, do you want to tell something? See here, water is transported from the dams. Okay, dam मध्ये आपण जे पाणी स्टोअर केलेलं असतं, either from the dams or from the diversion work. Okay, in our Maharashtra, most of the times the water is carried, water is stored in the form of dams, reservoir. Okay, and it is transported from the dams, reservoirs to the agricultural land with the help of canals. ओके, कॅनॉलच्या मार्फत आपण हे करतो. जे पेरिनियल रिव्हर्स आहेत, जे बारमाही वाहणाऱ्या नदी असतात, इन दॅट पेरिनियल रिव्हर्स द डायव्हर्जन हेडवर्क इज कन्स्ट्रक्टेड. Instead of constructing the dam, the diversion headwork is constructed. For example, on the Ganga river, there is one diversion headwork which is called as the Bhimgowda diversion headwork is there. So there the water is transported from that divergent network to the agricultural land with the help of canals. Okay. So as we are transporting water through the canals, we should know, or we must know, the properties of the fluids, physical properties of the fluid, so that we can easily design the canal. What should be the cross section of the canal? Okay. What should be the dimensions of the canal? How much slope we have to provide there to the banks of the canals? What should be the gradient of this canal? ह्याला slope किती असायला पाहिजे? All this knowledge will be you will get from this fluid mechanics subject. Okay, to get all this knowledge information, you should know the concepts or the fundamentals of the fluid mechanics for the designing of these canals. Then to measure the velocity of flow at a point in an open channel. Open channel, it can be a river. River is one form of open channel. The open channel, it can be a canal. Okay, so you might have now the doubt in your mind, what is the difference between this channel and canal? These are the two words now you are listening here. Just before 2 minutes we have talked about the canals, and now here in the second sentence there is another word which is called the channel. Okay, what is the basic difference between these two? Can anyone tell? See here, in mathematics you might have studied about the set theory. There is one set and there is another subsets are there. So here we can say the channel is a set and canal is a subset of the channel. Okay, all types of canals are channels. Okay, सगळेच canal जे आहेत, they are the open channels, but all channels may not be a canals. In open channels there may be stream. Okay, त्याच्यामध्ये लहान लहान ओढे पण येऊ शकतात, नदी येऊ शकते. There may be a river. This is also open channel. Stream is open channel. Canal is open channel. Okay, so the canal is a subset of this open channel.
Hello,
Or-
sir.
Yes.
Canals artificially waterways असू शकतात आणि channel ही natural.
Yes, that can be, but channels may be natural made or it may be
रिव्हर आणि स्ट्रीम हे नॅचरलच असतात की.
correct. Rivers and stream, we can call them as natural types of channels. Okay, so and canal, we can call canal as an artificial channel. Okay, this is an artificial channel, and river and streams, these are the natural open channels. Okay, correct. So this is the basic difference between these two. Okay, now if you want to measure what is the flow of water in a river, नदीमधून जाणारा पाण्याचा जो फ्लो आहे तो किती आहे, or if you want to measure the discharge of the water flowing through the river, then to understand, to know this the flow of water through the river, you need to find out what is the velocity of flow through the river, and then you have to multiply that velocity by the cross section area of the river. Riverचा क्रॉस सेक्शन आपल्याला त्या ठिकाणी मल्टिप्लाय करावं लागतं. Then you will get the discharge flowing through the river. Okay, or if you want to find out the velocity of the water flowing through the river, so you need to understand first the concept related to the velocity and discharge of the fluid. You should understand how to measure the velocity of fluid. You must know how to measure the discharge of the fluid. Okay, and that you are going to study in the fluid mechanics subject. Okay, there are different types of devices which are used for measurement of the velocity. There are different types of devices which are used for measurement of the discharge, that you are going to learn in this subject fluid mechanics. ते आपण हे कशामध्ये शिकतो? Fluid mechanics मध्ये शिकतो. Unless and until you don't study this subject, you will not be able to do this work. Okay. Is there any doubt? समजत नसेल, फास्ट होत असेल तर मला तसं सांगा. I will go slow more than this. And if you are not having any kind of problem, then we will go with the same speed. Next one, to determine the total pressure acting on the dam walls. Okay. When we construct the dam, so before construction of the dam, we need to design this dam on the paper. Okay. Paper वरती आपल्याला तुझं design करावं लागतं. Means if this much amount of water is going to get retained or stored on the upstream side of the dam, then how much pressure is going to exerted on the dam body. That, okay, first we have to find out this. हे आपल्याला काढावं लागतं. किती पाणी त्या ठिकाणी स्टोअर होणार आहे आणि किती या ठिकाणी पाण्याचा फोर्स, that is called as the hydrostatic force, it is going to act on the dam body. Okay, unless and until you know this force acting on this that hydrostatic force which is going to get generated here, you cannot design the dam. Okay, आपण dam construct केला without considering this force, hydrostatic force, then this dam may not sustain here. If the hydrostatic force is greater than the resisting force of the dam, these dams may collapse. Okay, so because of that, we should know what is the hydrostatic force that is going to act on the dam body. To find out this hydrostatic force, you should know the concept of fluid statics. Okay, so fluid static आपण शिकणार आहोत, त्याचं नॉलेज आपल्याला त्या ठिकाणी असणं गरजेचं आहे. With the help of this fluid statics, we can find out what is the total pressure force will act on the dam body and at which point it is going to act. So all this information we get from this particular subject, that is fluid mechanics. Okay. Then to determine the center of pressure acting on the dam body, कोणत्या ठिकाणी तो center of pressure act होईल ते काढण्यासाठी. Then the design of the spillway of the dam. Every dam, it has the spillway. Okay, spillway त्याला मराठीमध्ये आपण सांडवा म्हणतो. डॅम बांधला असेल किंवा तलाव असेल तर त्या तलावाचा जो भराव असतो त्याच्या साईडला बाजूला त्या ठिकाणी एक सांडवा काढलेला असतो, जिथून एक्सेस वॉटर जे आहे ते एक्सेस वॉटर तिथून फ्लो होतो, वाहून जातं पाणी. ओके, सपोज दिस इज अवर डॅम हाईट आणि या ठिकाणी एक लेवल असते विच इज कॉल्ड द फुल रिझर्वायर लेवल. डॅम हा इथपर्यंतच भरला जातो, हा पूर्ण ह्या टॉप पर्यंत भरला जात नाही, कारण टू अवॉइड द हायड्रॉलिक फेल्युअर ऑफ द डॅम और स्ट्रक्चरल फेल्युअर ऑफ द डॅम, ते अवॉइड करण्यासाठी डॅम एक त्याला ठराविक उंचीपर्यंत या ठिकाणी पाणी फक्त इथपर्यंत स्टोअर केलं जातं. हा वरचा जो पार्ट आहे इट इज कॉल्ड द फ्री बोर्ड. ओके, ती त्या ठिकाणी तसंच सोडली जाते. आणि या लेवलला जो फुल रिझर्वायर लेवल आहे त्या लेवलला त्या ठिकाणी एक इतर ठिकाणी एक स्पिलवे कन्स्ट्रक्ट केला जातो, जिथून हे पाणी या ठिकाणी बाहेर पडतं. ओके, यू माइट हॅव सीन ऑन द सोलापूर पुणे हायवे उजनी डॅम. त्या उजनी डॅमचे जे दरवाजे आपल्याला दिसत आहेत ते दरवाजे जे आपल्याला तिथून पाणी बाहेर पडतं, सो दॅट इज नथिंग बट इट इज अ स्पिलवे. तो काय आहे? स्पिलवे आहे. म्हणजे जिथून हे एक्सेस वॉटर जे आहे, डॅम आपलं हे पूर्ण भरले, क्षमतेने भरल्यानंतर एक्सेस वॉटर शुड फ्लो थ्रू दिस स्पिलवे. ओके, water should not overflow through the dam body, above the dam body. डॅम बॉडीच्या वरून हे पाणी इथून गेलं नाही पाहिजे. जर ते पाणी गेलं then there are chances for the failure of the dam. ओके, ते अवॉइड करण्यासाठी या ठिकाणी हा स्पिलवे असा कन्स्ट्रक्ट केला जातो, त्याला आपण म्हणतो सांडवा. जे आपलं तलाव असतं आपल्या गावामध्ये वगैरे, त्या तलावाचा जो भराव असतो त्याच्या साईडला पण त्या ठिकाणी तुम्ही बघितलं असेल त्या ठिकाणी सांडवा प्रोव्हाइड केलेला असतो. that is called as the spillway. त्याला आपण इंग्लिश मध्ये काय म्हणतो, त्याला spillway म्हणतो. Don't put your roll numbers right now. I am going to take your attendance afterwards. Okay, at the end of the class, I will take your attendance. So more than half an hour is there till 45 minutes are there. Before 5 minutes, I will take your attendance. Okay. Need not to put your roll number there. Pragati, I have not asked you to put your roll numbers in the chat box. Don't put your roll numbers. So this is another application, this branch in the water supply, water resources engineering. Then, I was telling you about the spillway. If you don't design this spillway properly, ह्याची जर capacity तुम्ही कमी design केली, at that time there are chances that water may flow above the dam body, and there are the chances of failure of the dam body, it will increase. Okay, so for the proper design of the spillway, we must know the knowledge of the fluid mechanics subject, right? Then to design the most economical cross section of the canal. The canal आपण बनतो for the different purposes. For example, for the irrigation purpose, we construct the canals. Okay, शेतामध्ये आपल्याला पाणी देण्यासाठी आपण कॅनल construct करतो. Similarly, canals are also constructed for supply of the water for the drinking purpose. पिण्यासाठी पण आपण या ठिकाणी पाणी आपण हे करू शकतो. Or the canals can be constructed for the transportation of water for the power generation. So these are the different applications of the canals. So at the time of design of the canals, we must design the canal for the most economical section. Okay, म्हणजेच काय, त्याचा डिझाईन जे आहे ते मोस्ट इकॉनॉमिकल असलं पाहिजे. कमीत कमी खर्चामध्ये जास्त डिस्चार्ज हा त्या ठिकाणी फ्लो झाला पाहिजे. ठीक आहे. सो फॉर डिझायनिंग द मोस्ट इकॉनॉमिकल क्रॉस सेक्शन, we should know the knowledge of the subject fluid mechanics. Okay, so these are the basic main applications of the fluid mechanics in the water resources engineering subject or branch. Okay, now we'll see what are the applications or uses of this fluid mechanics in environmental engineering, that is in water supply and in wastewater engineering. Okay, so the first application in the environmental engineering is design the water treatment plant. Okay, जे आपल्या घरी पाणी येतं नगरपालिकेचं किंवा महानगरपालिकेचं, that water before it is coming to our house or at the tap, it is being processed. Okay, there are different types of processes are done on that water. Water has been taken, first water is taken from the sources. That sources may be river water, it may be open well, it may be bore well, it may be lake, and that water, it may contain certain amount of pollutants. Okay, that water, it may not be in the pure form, it may contains some physical, chemical and biological impurities in that water. So we need to do some process or treatment on that water to make it purer. Okay, to make it free from physical, chemical and biological impurities. Okay, to make it drinkable or potable water. Okay, so for that purpose, different municipal corporations, they construct the treatment plant. Okay, प्रत्येकाला एक treatment plant असतो. So first of all, that raw water is brought to that treatment plant. Okay, it is processed there, and after process, that water is sent to the users or the consumers or to the peoples of the city. Okay, so for that design of water treatment plant, we must know the knowledge of the fluid mechanics subject, right? Similarly, design of the water distribution system. After